different parts that we talked about in the PowerPoint that was presented. Do I have a motion to approve? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passed. Item 13 is discussion to present half-cent sales tax for police and fire services. A special municipal election to be held June 2nd.
Mr. Mayor, I do have one update in terms of the technicality of these ordinances, I guess while they're setting up.
I'd like to make a suggestion. Do you think we could go through the other ones that are really short and then come back to this one since this may take a little bit of discussion? Is that okay with everyone? Sure. Okay. Let me move on, Chief, sorry, to item 14, appointment to beautification committee.
Maybe appointment, Donnie Silva is here with us, he would be on the beautification committee. Donnie Silva.
Got it. Do you accept? Okay, item 15, council to appoint housing authority board. One appointment to fill unexpired term. Is all the council supposed to, is this a full
It's a
council?
whole council appointment, yes.
But there are no candidates? Nothing was attached. Can we table this for next one?
Would you like the city clerk to advertise? I don't believe there's been any advertising for
Yes,
this.
the advertising.
Okay. The city would advertise.
Okay. Item 16, council moves on appointment to finance advisory board.
Yeah, we'll appoint, Robert Nicochea to this board.
Robert and Michelle.
Yes.
Okay. I'll take informational items as acknowledged received unless someone has anything to say about these.
We would like some direction on fencing.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, I'm sure that the business people have come up to me, namely florists, and say that on particular days of the year when the business is good, there's day vendors along Imperial Avenue and 98 and major corridors where these day vendors can really hinder a lot of the sales for our established businesses in Calexico. I was looking at the ordinance, and there's nothing specific with regard to the florist, but I would like to see if somehow that we could look at this ordinance perhaps and maybe prohibit the sale of flowers down, on those particular days.
Did with the sidewalks.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But it wouldn't do anything for, like, there's a day vendor that has an event at the park where they would sell, the goods. Right, or none of that, but this is
Or
for
florists that want to sell in front of their business as a sidewalk sale.
I'd like to.
This ordinance should be overall to all emergents because I'm in the car business and it's not happening now, but I've been out-of-town dealers who come over and they take all the business.
Right.
They have
Signs on the corner.
We're paying and employees all year. An outsider comes in and in 3 days they take 50 sales.
And I'm not sure if that sales tax stays in the city of Calexico.
So it does.
It does.
The city of Calexico-
But with the smaller items, the smaller ticket
Well,
items.
they take our food out of our table. It happens to the
I didn't see any flower show with cash register.
It happens to the fire vendors. They're here all year. On Mother's Day, there's 20 on Imperial.
So we want to, basically I brought this up to protect our own businesses that are in Calexico, that are paying taxes, paying, workman's comp and all that other stuff.
Well, basically, we can give direction to city manager to bring an ordinance that there will be no
Make it just.
flower sales. Don't do it. If it's not legitimate business, to pay business license all year round, workman's comp, sales tax, and all the other benefits that legitimate business has. We don't need that.
We have a public
The
comment.
last sale is a different story.
And then, of course, the carnivals and stuff.
I come here today to ask for some assistance from the city council. We received good assistance from the police department.
Is this on this
Yeah,
particular?
exactly, on flower shops. I come here because I represent Twin City Flowers. And so, the local flower shops have lost a tremendous amount of year from this type of activity. Every year, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, we see all Imperial with all kinds of flower vendors. And these vendors, they set up shop in tents. I mean, they got generators. You know, they're not paying city taxes. They just come out for these particular amounts. If you're aware of the flower business, it's a seasonal thing. All through the summer, there's no money. Usually we wait for these days, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, to actually recoup money for the year to pay everything, the taxes, the wages, and what was done. So what happens is that these vendors, these street vendors, they come with flowers, secondhand flowers, candy, gifts, and they charge the same amount of money that we're charging. But they give the community secondhand stuff, secondhand merchandise. You know, another significant problem with these street vendors is that they are creating a whole different economy. There's a hidden economy there. They're not actually keeping the money within the community. A lot of these vendors are coming from out of town, and they're taking the funds, these local these agents that come from out of town, outside, they take the funds out, either to Mexicali or Europe. And so there's no benefit actually from letting these people operate in these special days. You know, we don't support this type of activity. So not only, just like the owner for G&G, you know, we have a very flagrant problem, not only with flowers, but with cars, with food. We got illegal vendors selling food all over the place, affecting the restaurants.
The taxes too, Terry can tell you that they're losing a lot of business to these, raiteros underground.
Yeah, we have this issue, and this is like a second, and I'm seeing it. I'll tell you, I'm a county inspector for the county. And I go around and I look for business licenses, and I check on, and I see, and I've gone to like the parkings, and this lady just comes in with a bunch of burritos, and she wants to sell the people burritos. And I say, hey, what is this? You know, the city has been diligent in enforcement, but we need more enforcement, we need education. This is a health issue for the city, especially when they have these people going around, and we have to stop them. Because it's a whole different, from the regular economy is a whole different second-tier economy, and we have to do something. So what we're requesting is that there be some aggressive campaign through enforcement, concerning vending practices here in the city of Calexico. You know, with law enforcement spearheading operations that result in citations, because sometimes we're just giving verbal warnings. You have to be a little bit more stern with these people, with citations for street sales. We should be reviewing our ordinances and the permitting process to see if they apply to certain street vendors. And that's what we're asking for. Review of the ordinances, of the process, and we also are asking the city to prohibit street vendors on those particular days when the flower shops are trying to make up for the loss that they've had during the year.
I think there's other holidays too as well, not just...
Yeah, no, Mother's Day,
Yeah,
there's certain holidays.
Right.
There's certain holidays that we can actually, hopefully, put into an ordinance, you know, that we can, those days are for bona fide merchants that pay taxes here, that actually contribute to the economy and hold up the community.
I think we should direct staff to revising this solicitors from without the city code. And review it, to revise it, revoke it, and prohibit it. By the people, for the people.
Yeah.
No. All right, then.
Thank you. Okay, so we have direction given to staff. We can work on this resolution. I'm going to have to start item 13 now, going back. I'll need the redevelopment agency for the